Dear students, in first video we studied the definition of chemical fuels, classification of chemical fuels, and characteristics of a good fuel. In this presentation, we will study calorific value and its determination. Let us see first what is the definition of calorific value. Calorific value of a fuel sample is defined as it is the total quantity of heat liberated when unit quantity means mass or volume. Mass is taken if the fuel is in solid or liquid state, and volume is considered when fuel is in the gaseous state. Of the fuel burnt completely in air or oxygen. I repeat once again. Calorific value of a fuel sample is defined as it is the total quantity of heat liberated when unit quantity means mass or volume of the fuel sample burned completely in air or oxygen. Now, what are the units are used to express the heat? As you know that calorie is one of the unit. So what is the meaning of calorie first? It is defined as the amount of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 gram of water by 1 degree Celsius. For your reference, if the temperature is required to increase from 15 degrees Celsius to 16 degrees Celsius, so how much heat energy is required, that is expressed in calories. So 1 calorie is equal to 4.185 joules. So next, what is meant by kilocalorie? Kilocalorie is equal to 1000 calories. It is defined as the quantity of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 kilogram of water through 1 degree centigrade. That is, the reference is mentioned here 15 to 16 degree Celsius. As you know that 1 kilocalorie is equal to 1000 calories. So third unit is what? British thermal unit. In short form we can mention it as BTU. Is defined as the quantity of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 pound of water through 1 degree Fahrenheit. If you want to increase the 60 Fahrenheit to 61 Fahrenheit, that temperature what is required to increase of 1 pound of water, that is expressed in terms of British thermal unit. Okay. So this is used in English system. So 1 BTU is equal to 252 calories. That is equal to 0.252 kilocalories. Or that is equal to 1054.6 joule. Now one more unit of heat is centigrade heat unit. It is defined as the temperature. It is defined as the amount of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 pound of water through 1 degree Celsius. That is called centigrade heat unit. 1 kilocalorie is equal to 3.968 BTU, or that is equal to 2.2 centigrade heat unit. Now the next part of this chapter is we will study about calorific value determination. We can determine the calorific value in two methods. So first one is we can determine calorific value in two ways. One is higher calorific value. It is represented as HCV, or gross calorific value. It is represented as GCV. Let us discuss what is the meaning of gross calorific value or higher calorific value. It is the total amount of heat produced when unit quantity, means mass or volume, of the fuel has been burned completely in air or oxygen, and the products of combustion have been cooled to room temperature. Thus, gross calorific value, how we can calculate experimentally, it is equal to the sum of net calorific value and latent heat of condensation of water vapor, or it means steam. So it is explained that all the fuels contain some percentage of hydrogen or some amount of hydrogen. When the calorific value of hydrogen containing fuel is to be determined experimentally, the hydrogen is converted into steam. If the products of combustion are condensed to the room temperature, the latent heat of steam of condensation also gets included in the measurement of heat, which is then called as gross calorific value. It means gross calorific value, it includes sensible amount of heat produced by the combustion of fuel and also latent heat of steam of condensation. Next, one more type of calorific value what you can determine is called as lower calorific value or net calorific value. So what is the meaning of lower calorific value or net calorific value? It is defined as the heat produced when unit quantity, maybe mass or volume, of the fuel sample burned completely in air or oxygen, and the products of combustion are permitted to escape out. In actual practice of any fuel, the water vapor or you can say moisture etc. are not condensed and they are escaped during the combustion process along with combustion gases. Hence, the lesser amount of heat is available during normal combustion process. Hence, net calorific value how we can calculate, as we depicted in the previous slide. As you know that gross calorific value is equal to sum of the net calorific value plus latent heat of steam of condensation. Now you have to make it as modification. You have to write the equation like net calorific value is equal to gross calorific value minus latent heat of steam of condensation of water vapor produced. Now net calorific value is equal to, how we can write as in the simplified form, NCV is equal to GCV minus latent heat of steam of condensation of water vapor produced. In order to simplify this one, we can rewrite this one as NCV is equal to HCV minus 0.09 into H into 587 into specific heat of water, that is small s, that is expressed in terms of kilojoules per kg. This is based on the fact that 1 part of hydrogen by mass gives 9 parts of water. and latent heat of steam is 587 kilocalorie per kg. You must know what is specific heat of water. Specific heat of water is 4.187 kilojoules per kg. What is the meaning of specific heat of water? It is the heat required to raise the temperature of 1 kg of water through 1 degree Celsius is called as specific heat of water. So now let us remember these points which are required for the conversion factor of latent heat of steam of condensation. The percentage of hydrogen in the fuel is equal to H, that is represented as H. As you know that 1 mole of water, how it is produced? By the combination of 1 mole of hydrogen plus half mole of oxygen, there is a formation of 1 mole of H2O. It means 2 gram of hydrogens are used to form 18 gram of water. Suppose if 1 gram of hydrogen is used, then 18 by 2 gram of water is produced. It means 9 gram of water is produced. In order to produce 100 gram of water, we need to use H gram of hydrogen. Hence, the weight of water produced from 100 gram of fuel containing H gram of hydrogen. How we can calculate? The cross multiplication 9 into H divided by 100. After the simplification, you are getting the conversion factor as 0.09 into H. Then heat liberated during the condensation of steam is equal to, how we can calculate? Is equal to heat liberated during the condensation of steam is equal to 0.09 into H into 587 calorie per gram. Means 1 gram of water, if you want to convert to the steam, you will need to supply 587 calories of heat. Therefore, you must know how much amount of heat is required. Means you must know what is the heat is required to convert H percentage of hydrogen present in the fuel sample. Therefore, latent heat of steam of condensation in SI unit, how can represent it is 0.09 into H into 587 into 4.187 kilojoules per kg. So this is what about the determination of calorific value of the fuel sample. You may have the chance of the question. Define calorific value. Explain its determination. Now moving to the next important part of this chapter is determination of calorific value of a solid or liquid fuel by using Bohm's calorimeter. Let us start with principle first. Principle of Bohm calorimeter. A known mass of fuel sample is burned completely in air or oxygen. As a result, heat is liberated is equal to heat is absorbed from the surrounding, means heat is absorbed by the water and copper calorimeter. The heat lost by burning of the fuel is equal to heat gained by water and calorimeter. So thus we can calculate the calorific value of the fuel sample by measuring the following data from the instrument. Let us begin a brief instrumental setup for Bohm's calorimeter, what it is depicted in this slide. It has the totally cylindrical steel can. Inside you have around 250 to 500 centimeter cube capacity. Very strong cylindrical vessel is named as bombs apparatus, closed with the lid. Inside of this bombs apparatus, the fuel sample. Inside of this bombs apparatus, the fuel sample is taken into the crucible. And it is fused with the magnesium wire and are welded to the either platinum electrodes or iron electrodes. They are projected out from the apparatus and they have been connected to the battery. And this bombs apparatus is filled with the air. There is an inlet for the oxygen gas. And this bombs apparatus is placed in a copper calorimeter containing known quantity of water, and also it has other two important components. One is thermometer named as Beckmann's thermometer, and it has electrically operating stirrer. So this is the simple setup of the bombs apparatus. So how it is observed in integral part of this apparatus. So now let us observe this diagram. Here if you observe the integral part of what I explained in the previous slide, what it has important parts are mentioned in this diagram. It has very strong cylindrical vessel made up of stainless steel is named as bomb, which is closed with the lid and tied with the screws. Within this bombs apparatus, the fuel sample is burnt. In this bombs apparatus, the fuel sample is taken in stainless steel crucible or ceramic crucible or platinum crucible of known quantity, and this fuel sample is fused with magnesium wire and are welded to the platinum electrodes or iron electrodes. They are connected to the 6-volt battery. And this bombs apparatus was filled with air or oxygen around 30 to 35 atmosphere. Then this bombs apparatus is placed in copper calorimeter containing known quantity of water, and the bottom of bombs apparatus is supported by that supporter made of plastic bits. This copper calorimeter has another two important components. So one is Beckmann's thermometer and electrically operating stirrer. The Beckmann's thermometer is used to measure the temperature of 0.01 degrees Celsius accuracy, and electrically operating stirrer is used to distribute uniform heat produced during the combustion process. This copper calorimeter was surrounded by the air jacket, and further it is surrounded by the water jacket, and total assembly is what? Closed with the ebonite lid or cover. So this is the information of brief about the instrumentation of bombs calorimeter. Let us discuss in detail form of the instrumentation. First, construction of bombs calorimeter. A bomb calorimeter consists of a strong cylindrical apparatus made up of stainless steel having the capacity of 250 to 500 cm cube, which is having a lid to close the stove apparatus to prevent the loss of heat. There are two platinum or iron electrodes are fitted through the lid and projected out from the apparatus, and they are connected to the 6-volt battery supply, which is required to start the combustion of the fuel, and there is an inlet for the oxygen its center. And one of the electrode is provided by the ring to hold the crucible containing fuel, and there is an thin magnesium wire tied to the two electrodes in loop. From that, the loop touches the fuel sample. The weighed fuel is burnt in the bomb's apparatus in the presence of high pressure of oxygen, nearly 25 to 30 kg per centimeter square. It contains a known weight of water in copper calorimeter, and the water is kept circulating around the bomb's pot with the help of electrically operating stirrer. A Beckmann's thermometer, which can read 1 by 100 degrees Celsius, is kept in the water of calorimeter, which can record the rise in temperature of water due to absorbing heat generated by burning of the fuel in bomb's apparatus. The copper calorimeter is further surrounded by the air jacket and water jacket to avoid the heat losses due to the radiation or combustion process. Now let us discuss about working of bomb's calorimeter. First, we should take known weight of the fuel sample, fuel sample denoted as m gram or m kg, into the crucible. The fine magnesium wire is touching the fuel sample and then stretched across the electrodes and are connected to the 6-volt batteries. The bomb lid is tightly closed with the help of screw. The bomb apparatus is filled with oxygen as I expressed 25 to 30 kg per centimeter square or atmospheric pressure, high pressure. Now the bomb is placed in copper calorimeter containing copper calorimeter of W gram or W kg, which is containing a known weight of water capital W gram or capital W kg. Initial temperature of the water in the copper calorimeter is noted as T1 degree Celsius after 5 minutes stirring with the help of electrical operating stirrer. The electrodes are connected to the 6-volt battery. The current is now supplied to the fuel sample, which undergoes burning within the bomb's apparatus. As a result, there is a release of heat. The liberated heat increases the temperature of water in the copper calorimeter and copper calorimeter also. The maximum rise in temperature of the water during the experiment finally noted as T2 degree Celsius. From the temperature difference, calorific value of the fuel sample can be calculated as follows. Let us see now observations and calculations after the experimental performance. Let m is the mass of the fuel sample taken. Capital W is the weight of mass of water taken, and small w is the water equivalent of calorimeter. It means the weight of empty weight of copper calorimeter. And T1 is the initial temperature of water before the combustion starts, whereas T2 is the final temperature of water, that is maximum rising temperature during the combustion of the fuel, and small s is the specific heat of water. Now observe this conversation. Heat liberated by the fuel is equal to quantity of fuel sample taken m multiplied by gross calorific value. Heat absorbed by water and copper calorimeter is equal to into the bracket capital W plus small w into small s into the bracket T2 minus T1. But heat liberated by burning of the fuel is equal to heat absorbed by water and copper calorimeter. Hence, equating both above equations, we can represent the above equation as m into GCV is equal to into the bracket capital W plus small w into small s into T2 minus T1. Equating the equation is for GCV is equal to, we can represent into the bracket small w plus capital W or capital W plus small w into s into T2 minus T1 divided by m. This is what expressed in terms of kilojoules per kg. Similarly, how can you calculate net calorific value? Net calorific value is calculated by this equation. NCV is equal to GCV minus into the bracket 0.09 into H into 587 multiplied by specific heat of water, that is small s, expressed in terms of kilojoules per kg. Then above equation is simplified as NCV is equal to GCV minus into the bracket 0.09 into H into 587 into 4.187 kilojoules per kg. So let us discuss problems on Bohm's calorimeter. During the solving of problems, the following steps must be remembered. Write the given quantities and convert them into appropriate units. Write the equations or formula. Substitute the values in the formula. Simplify by using the calculator. Write the answer and mention the unit. Now let us observe first problem. Calculate gross calorific value of a fuel sample of coal from the following data. Mass of coal is equal to 0.6 gram. Mass of water plus water equivalent of calorimeter is equal to 2200 grams. Specific heat of water is equal to 4.187 kilojoules per kg per degree Celsius. And rise in temperature is equal to 3 degrees Celsius. Now let us begin the solution. Given data are small m is given, mass of fuel sample is given 0.6 gram is equal to 0.6 into 10 raised to minus 3 kg, conversion of grams to kilogram, dividing the value by 1000 or multiplying by 10 raised to minus 3. Then mass of water and copper calorimeter is equal to 2200 grams, that is equal to 2200 multiplied by 10 raised to minus 3 kg. Then specific heat of water, it remains constant, that is 4.187 kilojoules per kg per degree Celsius. Then change in temperature or rise in temperature is what? That is 3 degree Celsius. Substitute these values in the equation. We know that gross calorific value is equal to into bracket capital W plus small w into small s into delta T divided by m, that is expressed in terms of kilojoules per kg. GCV is equal to, we know capital W values, capital W plus small w is value is 2200 into 10 raised to minus 3 kg into specific heat of water is 4.187 kilojoules per kg per degree Celsius, multiplied by change in temperature is what? 3 degree Celsius. Whole product is divided by 0.6 into 10 raised to minus 3 kg. After simplification, GCV value becomes 46,057 kilojoules per kg. Let us see one more problem. Number 2. 0.85 gram of coal sample containing carbon 90%, hydrogen 5% and ash 5% was subjected to combustion in bomb calorimeter. Mass of water taken in the copper calorimeter was 200 gram and the water equivalent of calorimeter was 600 gram. The rise in temperature was 3.5 degrees Celsius. Calculate the gross calorific value and net calorific value of the sample. Given values are specific heat of water is equal to 4.187 kilojoules per kg per degree Celsius. Then latent heat of steam is equal to 2454 kilojoules per kg. Now solution. Given values are small m is equal to 0.85 gram, converting into kg, multiplying by 10 raised to minus 3. Then mass of water taken is equal to 2000 gram, conversion of gram to kilogram, multiplying by 10 raised to minus 3 kg. Then small w is nothing but water equivalent of calorimeter is equal to 600 gram, converting into kg, multiplying by 10 raised to minus 3. Then rise in temperature is mentioned as 3.5 degrees Celsius and specific heat of water is equal to 4.187 kilojoules per kg per degree Celsius. Latent heat of steam value is provided as 2454 kilojoules per kg. Then percentage of hydrogen is equal to 5%. Substitute these values in equation number 1. Step number 1. We know GCV is equal to capital W plus small w bracket complete multiplied by specific heat into change in temperature delta T divided by small m, that is expressed in terms of kilojoules per kg. Then substituting the values in the above equation, we can write as 2000 plus 600 multiplied by 10 raised to minus 3 into 4.187 into 3.5. This whole divided by 0.85 into 10 raised to minus 3. Then after simplification, the answer becomes 44,825.53 kilojoules per kg. Now, how to calculate net calorific value? That is NCV is equal to GCV minus 0. Into the bracket 0.09 into H into 2454 kilojoules per kg. Substituting the values from the given data, as you know that GCV is equal to 44,825.53 minus into bracket 0.09 into percentage of hydrogen provided 5 multiplied by 2454, that is latent heat of steam. After simplification, the final answer you are getting, that is 43,721.23 kilojoules per kg. Always net calorific value remains smaller as compared to gross calorific value, because net calorific value doesn't includes, that is latent heat of steam or condensation. It only has that is sensible amount of heat produced by the combustion of fuel. Thank you.